Hey, y'all, what's happening? It's your boy KV. Oh, man, we got a show for you this evening. I'll tell you what, it's my guy, Ronnie Baker Brooks, blues royalty in the house. So let's go ahead and get this thing started. As always, I'm going to go ahead and kick things off with the tune. There we go. Well, if I asked you, baby, oh, what would you tell me, yeah? If I asked you to be by my side, how would you be near me, oh, yeah? I've been lost, I've been confused, yeah, I can't get close to you, oh, no, I know, oh, I know that I'm alone again tonight, yeah. Well, if I asked you, babe, oh, maybe I could call you later. Would you pick up that phone, maybe turn it off? Oh, you know I can text you, girl. I've been up, I've been down, yeah. I've been kicked around, oh no. All I know is I'm alone again tonight, yeah. Wait a minute right there, baby, yeah. What did you say? All I know, I'm gonna love you anyway, yeah. Hey there, girl. What's your name? You know I've been looking at you for such a long, long time now. Oh, I ain't the same, no, no. I've been lost, I've been confused, yeah. I can't get close to you, oh no. All I know is I'm alone again tonight, yeah. All I know is I'm alone again tonight. I know, all I know is I'm alone again tonight, baby. I'm alone again tonight. All right, man, there we go. Let's get Ronnie Baker Brooks up in here. Yeah, man. There we are. What's up, dude?
Yeah, that sounded great, brother.
Thanks, man. How you doing, brother?
Day at a time, man. Trying to hang in there, man.
I feel you.
Yeah.
You're out in Chicago, yeah?
Yeah, it's cold there. I know it's cold up there in Minneapolis.
Dude, it's ridiculous here right now. How cold is it over there, man?
Last I checked, it was like 7 degrees, but like like 4 blows, wind chill factor, something like that.
I'll that's called springtime here, bro.
Yeah.
Man, it is frigid out, man. It's like 11 below or something like it's
Oh,
something stupid. Man,
yeah.
no, man. You know, I tell people this all the time, man, on this show and anywhere I go. It's like my last name ends with an E and a Z. I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico. This shit don't work for me, man. This cold does not work at
You,
all, bro.
Kid,
Oh,
when I was younger, man, it didn't bother me as much,
right?
because I used to have fun with it, and in the snow, making snowman, making snow angels, and all that. Now I've gotten older, and I got to do the shoveling.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah.
uh,
So, I come up here, man, and again, from New Mexico, so I don't even know this kind of technology exists.
right,
I
right,
come out here and I'm introduced to snow blowers. It's
yeah,
like, what is that?
yeah,
That's for real? And
yeah,
oh, wow, man. Okay. So shoveling is a drag too, man. But I'll tell you what, snow blowing, as much as it sucks, I'll take that over shoveling any day of the week, man.
yeah. I got a snowblower, and it just went out on me, man. And
Oh,
when it's cold like it is here now, everybody's snowblower's in the shop, so you backed up.
yes,
It's hard
yes.
to show it's back, man. So I just end up shoveling it, man. And hopefully it'll be over soon, and uh, I get my blower fixed and be ready for next year.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Speaking about being ready for next year, I mean, how's it going with the whole pandemic thing, man? Quarantining and how are you handling all that?
Ken, it's been really, really crazy, man. I've been talking to a lot of people that's much older than me and asking them about, have they ever seen anything like this before? And it was like, no, no, never. And, it's just adjusting to being home, trying to stay safe, going out with the mask and washing your hands and staying away from folks when you do go out and you miss your family. Like, my mom, she lives at her home, and I have to be careful when I go see her, man. And it's just been difficult, but it did give me a chance to write songs.
Yeah, man.
And I started a Facebook Live show every Friday at 8 p.m. and Central Time, and that helped me tremendously, Ken, because at first I wasn't doing anything like the first week or so.
Uh-huh.
I was bouncing off the walls, man, and my wife was like, "You should just go live." And I didn't want to do it at first, and then I did it, man. It just made me feel so much better. It really did.
Isn't it's an interesting thing, man, because I kind of did the same thing and I started this and what this kind of allowed me to do was connect with my people, man, with cats like you and Jelly Bean and
Yeah,
all my favorite music people, man, and so it's been nice to catch up with friends like that, but it's also been a real blessing too to be able to reconnect with friends and fans, man, and play and feel like I'm doing at least something instead of just, sitting at
right,
home doing nothing at all.
right, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I think I truly believe, man. We lost a lot of people during this time, man, and it's been really
yeah.
like emotional roller coaster. I lost a
Yes.
cousin to COVID-19, and we couldn't even go to his funeral. And
Right?
but I truly believe that something really, really good is going to come out of this, and I think it's for us as musicians, it's really going to help us later because we had time to work on our craft and write songs or practice or whatever and get better. So you miss that energy from the people
Yeah.
live, and
And
when you
that's a
get
very real thing too, isn't it?
yeah, when you get that energy when you come back, it's gonna be like really, really great. And I think something really good is gonna come from it, man.
I'm
That's the
hoping
blues,
so,
man.
man. Yeah.
That's the blues,
Yeah.
man.
I mean,
you know.
that's amazing, man. Because I mean, you have such a storied history. Coming from blues royalty, and then not only carrying on the tradition, but I mean, really paving your own way, opening doors. On your own too, to new audiences and people who haven't really been exposed to your father, even. You know, Lonnie Brooks, legend, icon in the blues,
Yeah,
and it's like, and here you are, man, doing your thing, playing around. So we're going to be talking obviously about Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Todd Park Moore, and the stuff that you got going on with him, and how that has opened doors for you to to a different kind of crowd.
Yeah.
But I mean, you you have your own thing, your own identity, your own sound. Can you kind of expand on that a little bit? Like, what is the Ronnie Baker Brooks sound?
Well, thank you first of all for the kind words, man.
Yeah, man.
We all, all of us. The great Eddie, the Chief Clearwater, told me none of us is greater than all of us. We all in this together, man, and we all trying to keep the music alive, and including yourself and all the people you mentioned, Jelly Bean and Big Head Todd and the Monsters, and amongst a lot of other people. I've been fortunate to have Lonnie Brooks as my father. He was my father, my best friend, my mentor, my boss. And from the beginning, when I decided to go on the road with him, he taught me from the ground up, man, from the business side what he knew, and the musical side from what he knew, and then having that platform, it allowed me to see others, like Buddy Guy, whomever, BB King, and all the greats, Albert Collins, Albert King, and I got to rub shoulders with them and pick their brains. And I when I was doing it as a younger kid, I didn't realize what was happening. Cause see, times like now, like what we're going through now, man, it makes you like understand that this was very, very special, and
Yes.
that they no longer here. And I always wanted to be a link in the chain, man, like they were to me. If I could be just a link in that chain, like they did for me, I'm good, man, because now hopefully I can inspire someone that's coming up and they're probably not even born yet. But as far as my sound, man, my father started that when I was a kid, man, playing around. He really pushed me and my brother Wayne to write our own material, man. And I think that helped me, as although I feel like I'm still trying to develop my own sound, you know what I mean? Because you're
Sure.
always cooking, you're always trying to get better and adding another spice or, taking something out or whatever. And that kind of gave me the platform to develop that by writing my own material. And then also taking away what I've seen from all the greats that I was around, and a lot of great musicians here in Chicago, Minneapolis.
Sure.
My brother Bernard Allison up there.
Man.
We grew up together, man. His father was Luther Allison, and the great Luther Allison. And I remember going to Bernard's house, man. We were teenagers, man, dreaming about doing this one day. And so what I did, man, is just take a little pieces of everything. My father was my coach. He said, "No, you can't do that. You got to go to the root of it." Because I went through a thing, man. When Stevie Ray Vaughan came out, man,
Right.
yeah, I went through a thing, Ken. I was like Stevie Ray Vaughan, crazy, man. Like a lot of us, man. I mean,
Yeah.
he was so impactful, man. He was a young dude. He had a flash. He had the soul, the speed. He had all of it, the confidence, and he had this thing about him, man, that just you gravitated to him, and you could feel his soul.
Right.
And my father was getting on me like, wait a minute now, that's great. You like Stevie. Stevie's my friend, but you got to go beyond that, dig deeper. Where did Stevie get it from?
Ah,
Where did they get it from? Go as far as you can back and take every little thing that you feel, and when you know, try to deliver it, you make it you.
man,
You make it you.
that's awesome. And to
So
have
that's
somebody like your dad, give you those lessons,
yeah.
right? That's amazing. Because
My first song, man, it was on. I had to been about 7 or 8 years old,
right.
6, 7, 8 years old, and I asked my dad for some money to buy some candy. He said, "Write me a song." So I started writing the song. I want some candy, man,
Yeah.
and he gave me that money to write. After I wrote the song, we got that candy. I said, "Man, I want some more. Write me another one."
There we go. Oh man! Now you see,
Yeah,
you're
yes,
giving me ideas with my own kid up there. Let's see what
yeah,
happens. He's only
yeah,
2, but he's starting to sing, man, and it's great. But I mean, it's awesome to hear that. That how he taught you in such
yeah.
a cool way too, and it's something that I think a lot of people, even artists, man, we don't have that. Our dad was not Lonnie Brooks. Our dad was, not an icon and a legend. And maybe, those that were were, you know, had that. I'm sure that they all have a story. But this is so interesting to me because, my father wasn't like that. My father actually told me, "No, man, no music, no music, no music,
Right,
no music,
right,
no music."
right.
Because for whatever reason. But at the same time, it's like I take a look at that, and I take a look at you, and I you feel that soul. You know what I mean? And to know where you got that from, and to know the lessons that he taught you, man, it's not just getting to know the man to call you a friend. Like, I'm honored to call you a friend, but it's so cool because, like you said, you're wanting to be a link in that chain. And so, listening to you, I'm doing what you were wanting people to do, and go back and listen and try and dig deeper. Where did you get that from? You
Right,
know?
right.
So your daddy did
That,
something
I
very,
have
very
a lot of,
powerful.
that's why I have a lot of admiration for you, and amongst a lot of others. I understood and understand that they didn't have the background that I have, but they
Sure.
have that passion, the same passion, and that's what makes us equal because we have the love for the music, man. And I have a tremendous respect for that,
It's it.
And then knowing my background, like, wow, I know this is not um, an everyday thing.
Right.
I have to give love to people like you and others that
Oh
don't have
man.
that kind of background, man. And because that's the one thing, man, that's how powerful music is. The power of music. If you have that passion, you feel it immediately from
Absolutely.
another artist. You feel it.
Absolutely. And I think it's one of those things that's kind of like out in the universe in a sense, man. And I'll explain that a little bit later after this tune. Do you mind playing a tune for us, man?
Sure, man.
All right. All right.
Like,
Everybody, this is Lonnie. Not when I say it's Lonnie Brooks' son, Ronnie Baker Brooks. I'm getting all tongue tied over here because I'm excited to hear you play, my bro. Man, I was going to say, I think one of the most memorable shows, and the reason why I said your dad's name just now was I was going to bring this up. One of the last times that I saw you guys play, it was you and your brother and your daddy out at a Bayfront.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Man, and I'll tell you, dude, that was one of the most powerful things I think I've ever seen on stage in my life.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, it
It
was.
was. I was so
Oh,
and blessed, man, to be able to share the stage with my brother and my dad. That during that time, that was during the tail end of my dad's career.
uh huh.
Not too long after that, he passed away.
Yes.
And I think about those days now, man, how lucky I was to have those days because I had branched off to do my own thing. And I always thought we were going to stay together,
Right.
as a family band. And my father was like, yeah, but you got to go out there and do your own thing. When I did Gold Digger with Jelly Bean,
Mm-hmm.
I brought the CD home and to let my dad listen to it. And we were down in the basement. Like I'm in the Brooks Blues basement, my home. This is where I do my Facebook Live show. And it kind of inspired from being at my father's house in his basement and listening to music and stuff like that. But this particular time, we was listening to the record after me and Bean got through with it, man. And my dad was just listening. He didn't say nothing, just listening. And I got to admit, Jelly Bean was like kind of nervous because Jelly Bean comes from the R&B thing,
Yes.
but he has a huge uh, vocabulary in music, man. I mean, he can play anything. He can play rock, blues, funk, and he was kind of nervous because he wanted Dad to like the music that we were doing, but it was a little different than what Dad was doing. It was, more rocked up, more, heavy on the guitar a little bit.
Uh huh.
And man, I took it down in the basement. We listened to it. We got some listening fluid. He wasn't saying nothing, just listening, just listening. And finally, he said at the last song, he said, "Look, son, it's time for you to go on your own." I was like, "No, pops." He said, "No, man, I want them to know you as a solo artist. I don't want them to know you just playing with me. You know, you got to let them know that you got, you know, this great record. You got to go out there and support it. And I cried, Ken. I was in tears, man. I'm like, no, man. He said, look, if it don't work, you can come back.
Wow, man.
When he said that, boy, I stuck my chest out.
Yes, sir.
And I went on and started my solo career, man. And I thought that was, you know, that might have been it. And then it came a window open for us to go out together, all three of us, because my brother started doing his own thing.
Yes.
And so we all kind of came back together, man. And during that time at the Bayfront, we started the Brooks Blues Family Dynasty.
Yes.
Brooks Family Blues Dynasty. And which was given to us by Bonnie Raitt.
That's amazing right there too.
And man, I cherish those days now, man, because it'll never happen again like that. Yeah, man, I really appreciate having that opportunity, and I'm gonna play a song because I talk all day, Ken.
No, man. Well, you know I love this, man. It's let's see what Daddy showed you, man. Ronnie Baker Brooks, my friends. Check this out.
Here's a tune inspired by my dad, brand new, man. My dad used to play with Jimmy Reed, the great Jimmy Reed. And he told me many stories about their time on the road in the studio. And I wrote a song about one of the stories he told me. I love Jimmy Reed, man. It goes like this. Well, I know you don't love me the way that I like you. Well, I know you don't love me the way that I like you. I'm gonna stick with you, baby, for the day you say you. Well, I love you, baby, before I can call your name. Well, I love you, baby, before I can call your name. I'm gonna stick with you, baby, for the day you feel the same. Well, I'll give you all my money. You got to stay true. Ain't nothing in this world, girl, I won't do for you. Your every wish is my command. You be my oochie coochie woman, I'll be your coochie man. I know you don't love me the way that I love you. I'm gonna stick with you, baby, and hope someday you feel like me. I love you, baby. I wanna love you in the morning, in the evening too. Wake up and fall asleep next to you. I love your smile and the way you wear your hair. I'm here to tell you, baby, you ain't got to shave nothing down there. 'Cause I want you to love me the way that I like you. Well, I want you to love me the way that I like you. I'm gonna stick with you, baby, and hope someday you feel like me. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. I love you, baby. Lord knows I love you, babe. I do. I love you, babe. I do.
Yeah, man. Yeah. 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 Oh, dude. So before you did that tune, you were talking about Gold Digger.
Yeah.
And man, back in the day, I was in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and I was playing with a dude named Eric George. Great guy, man.
Yeah.
Great, great songwriter.
Yeah.
Me and Eric used to play Gold Digger all the time up at this little bar called El Farol in Santa Fe, man.
I did not
And
know that, Ken, all these
yeah,
years, man.
all these years we used to do Gold Digger, man, because like, I mean, it was just it's stupid funky, and I loved it, man. And like, so I've been listening to you for a while, bro. And
Man.
yeah, and it's just again, it was one of those things where you start you find somebody new, but has that lineage that you do, and you start hearing where you're taking the blues because I mean you
Yeah.
came up in this, you
Right.
came up in this, and again you're paving your own way, you're doing your own thing. What is it that you're doing? What are I'm listening to all that, and when I heard Gold Digger, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
come to find out a little later, Jelly Bean's all over that. And Jelly Bean, as you know, my evil twin,
Yeah.
man, my evil twin, he's one of my favorite people just ever,
Yeah.
And to know that he was all over that record,
Yeah.
producing and everything else, man. It's amazing how small this world kind of became, for me as a guy from Santa Fe just playing a guitar. And here I am talking to you. Here I am knowing Jelly Bean here.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But just to see, how this genre has moved forward, right? In such a very, very cool way.
Hmm.
This is where I'm going. I'm kind of leading a little bit here. I'm listening to you and you're doing your thing, man. And it's a
Hmm.
beautiful thing. But now, fast forward like, God, 15 years or whatever since I was doing Gold Digger in that bar, man, I'm starting to see like a lot of younger guys come up, and I'm starting to see a lot of people like saying, "Well, that's not real blues," or "That's not," and I'm sure that was like that even with Stevie and everything like that. But it seems to be a lot more prevalent these days, and especially with all the race stuff going on and everything else. Where do you stand with that? And what do where do you, what is the blues these days? Is it all right for a young white guy to be playing the blues? Is it all right? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just so much. I don't know, man. There's a whole lot of gray area going on right now,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of confusing, and it's sad because this is music. It's supposed to make everybody feel good.
Music has no color. Music has no color. It's a feeling, and we all feel feelings. We all have emotions, and the blues is the belly of the emotions. Especially like if you're feeling bad, or even if you're feeling happy, man. It's a soul. It's a feeling, and everybody has it. Now, some people deliver it different.
Hmm.
I can't deliver it like my dad. I can't deliver it like Muddy Waters. I feel it in my bones. I feel what they did. I felt what Stevie did, Johnny Winter,
Right.
Clapton. Uh, uh, yes, I think everybody can play it. It's just how you deliver it, and the key thing is being able to connect with people. Through you get in that vein of that soul of it, man, and people feel that emotion. That's when it becomes anybody can do it.
Right.
But yes, it started from the black culture. It started from the slavery, people being mistreated, black people being mistreated, and it was a way to get the blues out of them, you know, to get that hurt and all of that out of them. And it developed into an American music, man. I mean, it's everywhere, and not just in America, all over. And I feel like everybody that got a true feeling for the music should play it,
Sure.
no matter what color they are. I feel like, yeah, it should be more blacks playing it.
Why do
It's,
you think? Why do you think that they're not?
well, they've been through it.
That's see. Okay.
They've been
Yes.
through it, and it's like when I man, I'm gonna tell you this. When I was younger, I just embraced it immediately because that's I heard it around the house. I
Right.
heard like Hopkins and Muddy Waters and Howlin' Wolf. Man, it just grabbed me, and I wanted to play it. And I got teased because I wanted to play it. My friends was into sports. They were into if they were into music, they was into Rick James, Prince, um, the Ohio players, R&B stuff. They wasn't listening to no blues
Hmm.
at all. That's what blew my mind when I found out Jelly Bean, had this huge blues record collection. I was like,
Right.
whoa, because I
Yeah.
wasn't expecting that. I really wasn't. And but I got teased for listening to it, man. And as my friends got older with me and saw that I was serious about it, they checked me out, and be like, man, I dig this. They feel the truth in it, but it was something that they probably heard their grandmama or their grandfather, their parents play, and it was like, I don't want to hear that no more. I don't want to
Right.
hit, man. I want to hear some new music, man. So a lot of them ran away from it. And another thing too, Ken, it's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of stuff in this question, and it's hard to give you one answer. But
Sure.
another thing, if you dedicate your life to playing the blues, you ain't gonna get rich quick.
No.
A lot of black people want to get out the ghetto now. That's why they came up with another music, hip hop, rap. They come up with something new because they want to get out of this oppression now. I want my flowers now.
Right.
Instead of with the blues, is you got to love it, man. I got a song called "Stuck on Stupid," and I've been stuck on stupid with the blues all my life because I decided. Whereas I got questioned when I was younger, man, about you want to play the blues or that ain't the blues and all of that. And my thing to all the young guys that's coming up, man, if you feel it, play it because see, you might come up with something that nobody did before.
Right.
That's how we got the Albert Collins. That's how we got Gatemouth Browns and BB Kings because they were doing something that no one else done and they loved it. So
Sure.
if you love it, it's like a marriage. You got to stick through it. And as far as I think all people should listen to it, man. We get a huge, deeper appreciation in Europe when we go over there
Right.
because I guess they know that they probably won't see it or they don't get it like that every day over there, like we do here. And it's a bigger appreciation. Uh, but maybe during this time now that we got the COVID crisis, I call it, um, people get a more appreciation of the blues and understand that we all go through something and it's a way to release it.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Now, here's the other thing. There's, and I'm just kind of, spending time when I get a chance to, check out the message boards, check out, Facebook, check out,
Yeah.
what people are saying. And I guess one of the things that a lot of people are kind of looking at, and it makes me wonder a little bit, and I can understand where they're coming from to
Mhm.
a point. But a lot of these people that I'm seeing that are having issues with the blues and who's playing the blues and what the blues is are kind of looking at it like, you know, the blues became rock. It became rock. Lots of guitars, lots of, white guys playing guitars and
Right.
stuff like that. It became more rocked up and
Right.
whatnot. And it's not true blues. Is that true blues?
That's a tough question because it may be true to that artist that's playing it. Um, if the artist that's playing it calling it that, that's their blues. It's hard to label it blues because I mean, like I said, it's an emotion, and everybody feels different. I mean, their pain is different,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
it originated from the black culture, and now if you want to say that, that's different. That's a whole different subject. But I think it's up to the artist to understand what they are playing and have a responsibility to know where it came from and understand that they're part of the link in the chain. You know what I mean? And your
Yes.
link may be different than my link, but we all putting this work in for this music. Um, and another thing, black folks probably don't listen to the blues as much as anymore, like I said earlier, because they've been through a lot and they don't want to hear it anymore. And white people are feeling the blues. And my crowd is predominantly white. And I love all people. I love all people. And I said this to many of my friends. Of course, when you see someone that looks like you're gonna immediately gravitate to them because you have an immediate relationship or some common.
Sure.
He looks like me. So if you see a young white kid up there playing and it's a white audience, of course they're gonna relate to him quicker because there's some kind of connection. Um, and they'll support that because it's something within them they feel. So it's a double-edged sword, man. It's tough because I think all people should support it. It shouldn't
Right.
be it shouldn't be divided. It should be all people, and that's what I try to do when I play. Is
I
touch
love that, man.
from the kids to the elders, black, white, no matter what color you are, no matter what sex you are. I
Sure.
try to touch all people because that's the one thing we have in common is emotions and a feeling, and I try to portray that in my music.
Man, I love that. I love that answer. And that was so well put. So thank you for that, man, for sure. Let's talk about some
Asking,
new stuff. Yeah, man. Let's talk about some of the new stuff, man. We were talking a little bit about Big Head Todd and the Monsters and
yeah,
reaching new crowds. Now
right.
you were out with them, and for those that don't know, I am a ridiculous fan of that band. Like for many, many years, I'll never forget where I heard them first and what did it for me, man. And, getting to know those guys throughout the years and playing with them. And, Jeremy Lawton was just on my Christmas single, man. And like that was awesome too. And I love those guys. They're great guys.
Me too.
And they're a
They
rock
are.
band. And Todd has such a deep, deep connection to the blues
He
and
does.
to see how I remember having this conversation with him. This was on New Year's, gosh, man, maybe about 9 years, 8 or 9 years ago, and
Hmm.
this is when you were starting to work with him, and he was so up on you, man. He was so pumped, and he's like, man, I love it, and like I connect with it, and it was just a cool conversation to hear him, somebody that I've admired for so long, and a guy that I look at as predominantly a songwriter. I mean, he's a singer songwriter
Right.
who did a great, what they did, platinum with Sister Sweetly, which is a
Right.
rock record.
Right.
And here he is, man. After the whole, oh, what was it, man? The Robert Johnson record that they did, right?
Hmm.
But here he is, man, with you,
Yeah.
another guy that I'm like, yes, this makes sense, man.
Yeah.
What did that do for you? What did that
You
do for you as far as like the crowds and how people received your music and what it did for the blues and the whole thing, man? And your connection with Todd, how did that work out and what's going on there?
First of all, I got to give them a lot of love. I have a lot of tremendous admiration and respect for them because they did do their homework. Todd does his homework. Todd knows.
Yeah.
He researches and he put the work in. He did, and he does.
Yes.
And for him to allow me to be showcased on their platform is a huge blessing. I love them. They're my brothers. I met them back in I want to say 90, the early mid 90s. They had just blew up, man. Just blew up, and of course they knew about my dad,
Of
but we didn't
course.
know them. We didn't know about them. and we did a show together here at the Aragon Ballroom on Halloween night. I never forget it. It was a Halloween night when we playing with Big Head Todd and the Monsters, and it's a Aragon Ballroom was a rock. This is a rock room here in Chicago, man. If everybody played there, man.
Right.
And we had the place packed, man. We did our show, and they invited me on the bus with them. And I'm this young guy. We all around the same age, you know. I'm this young guy, man. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my career. Starting my career, writing songs because my father was on me about writing songs, and I had put the record together, Gold Digger, and with Jelly Bean, and I was talking to Todd and Brian and Rob on the bus. He's like, man, because I was like, man, I can't get a record deal. Nobody at that time, Ken. At that time, wasn't nobody signing no young kids to play no blues, man. That I know
Right.
of. They wasn't signing us like back then. They signing them now, but nobody was getting record deals back then like that at a young age. And then you had to go through all these other great artists that didn't get a record deal too. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I don't get one if they didn't get one. So I was talking to Todd and them, man. He was like, man, you don't need no record deal, man. Start your own label, man. Get your mailing list, man, and get, keep feeding them the content. I was like, oh, I can. He said, yeah, man, we sending our stuff out to people, man, and we doing it ourselves. We making our own T-shirts. They was ahead of the game back then,
Yeah,
man.
I
This
was just
before,
gonna say that those guys were like, they. It's funny because I look at them and Prince as, and I mean, you're talking like Prince, who's
yeah,
legendary, iconic, like he's a celebrity to celebrities, right?
right,
He's that
right,
guy.
right,
He changes the game
right,
on so many levels with the business.
right.
But then I look at Todd and the guys, and they're doing kind of the same thing their own way, but they're so far ahead of the curve, man, that it's
They
just
were.
like, yeah, like Todd just has that ability to kind of see where the trend is going or what's happening in the biz.
They all do, Ken. They all got huge roles in that band, man. I got to know it being in there because I traveled, did several tours with them.
Yes, yes,
They all got roles in that band to make that machine work, man. It's like a well-oiled machine. And Todd is the front man, of course, but Brian and Rob, all of them got huge responsibilities in that band, man, and they all look at each other equally. It's amazing that they have been together this long, man.
yes, yes,
Amazing. So they were telling me about starting my own label back then. Now at that time, wasn't nobody starting their own label in my generation.
right.
And I thought about it, man, because I had my regular gigs that I was doing. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. I couldn't get a record deal. We put out Gold Digger and it enabled me to put out the next record. So they
Man,
helped me. They helped me get that going, man, from back in the early '90s. So fast forward, I was doing this function here in Chicago. A friend of mine, a mutual friend of me and Todd, Chris Stewart, put us together, and he was doing a fundraiser at this school. And I see Todd, man. I hadn't seen Todd in a long time, man. I mean, this had to have been 2009, 2008, something like that.
sure.
Yeah, it was a while ago. And I said, hey, man, I ain't seen you in a while, man. Hey, Ronnie, we start chopping it up, right? He said, man, I'm living here in Chicago now. I was like, what? All this time you in Chicago and I'm here, we ain't hooked up? He said, yeah, man, come on by the house. I went by the house, man. We started writing songs together. And then we started writing. He said, man, won't you come on the road with me, man? I was like, you serious? Yeah. And man, I came out on the road with them. They embraced me like I was another member of the band.
Man,
And it's a huge admiration and respect over there for me, man. I love them guys. We just finished recording an all acoustic album. Todd co-produced it with me, and Jeremy's helping me. He's engineering it, and man, I always say you learn about people during adversity. You know, you adversity builds character, but it also reveals character. And they stepped up for me because, of course, I'm not working. I'm not working, and they're not working. But they have
right.
these resources, and they allow me to do this record. And man, I had a ball doing it. It's like a huge relief of letting this out. You know what I mean? It's just me and a guitar. and those guys are great, man. And I'm honored to call them my brothers.
Yes, that's amazing, man. How did being on the road with those guys like and their crowds take to what you were doing?
I try to just be me. I never try to adjust to that. I just tried to be me, and then I give credit to Todd because Todd makes the set list,
Right.
and he's like, "Hey man, just do whatever you want to do. Do your thing, okay? Let's do that. Instead of let's force this in there and put that in there. No, do you, man, do you." And so I kind of and they embrace me. The crowd kind of embraced me, man, and I just still do what I do. I try not to think about attacking a certain artist. I mean, audience. I
Sure.
uh, I just play the music that I feel. When I was younger, I tried to think about that a little bit, and I was like, nah, I better stick to what I know, because you get lost that way, trying to, play to a certain audience. So I just try to play what I feel, and hopefully they catch on, and if I see something that's they're reacting to, that inspires me to do something else.
Absolutely, man. Well, I caught a few of those shows, man, and it worked. And
Yeah.
again, it's that inspirational thing, man. Because I love what you do, and I'm so drawn to a lot of the blues and the heavy funk stuff and the I love what you do, and I also love what Todd does. So it's like to see how that worked so well and how it complemented each other.
You
Man, I
know,
thought that was fantastic, man.
I, I I didn't realize it until I got in there and started touring with them, how much in common we were as
Oh
far as
yeah.
the love of music. Man, me and Ty was still on the back of the bus playing all kind of music, man. And Ty was into that deep, deep blues, man. Somehow
Yes, man. Yes.
I'm like, oh, Todd, and man, we sit back there, man, playing music all night. Man, and I used to get on Brian and Rob them nerves because I'm back there playing the music, they back there sleeping. It's like, damn. But then I said, man, I hope I'm not mess with your rest. Oh man, we love this, man. This is great. So
That's
yeah, they,
awesome.
they they into everything, man. They got a huge catalog of what they do too. Is they love the blues, they love jazz, they love rock, uh, they love funk, they love some James Brown, man.
Oh man.
You know,
Oh
yeah,
man. I love those guys, man. It's just killer to see that you're doing that. And I'm looking forward to that record for sure, man.
yeah, man.
I think that's gonna be something.
I had fun doing it, man, and it got inspired. That session got inspired by doing Facebook Live every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Time.
Yes.
I never thought I would do an acoustic record, man. I did acoustic songs. Like
Uh-huh.
on Old Dig, I did I'll See You Again. I did an acoustic song with my dad. I Laughed to Keep from Crying on Take Me With You. I did I did I didn't do acoustic on Gold Digger. No, I didn't. I mean The Torch. But I did write an acoustic song that ended up on Times of Change album with Steve Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never thought about doing a whole album like that. And I was sitting around thinking, like, man, my fans are saying, you should do a record like this. You should do a record like this. And I was talking to my wife, Sandy, and she said, yeah. I said, man, I should just go and try to record one. And she said, you know what? You should call Todd. I was like,
There you go.
yeah.
There you
And I
go.
called him, man, on FaceTime. He said, yes, immediately. He's like, yes, let's do it. So that's how the ball started, man. And I'm having fun doing it.
Good, man. And you got a new single out too with Todd that I
Yeah.
saw on the yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us about that real quick, man.
That's one of the first songs we wrote together, man. All True Man. I went to his house when he was living here, and it was weird, man, because we have different things, but it's a lot of things that's some similarities we have,
Uh-huh.
and that kind of showed because I come from like a funky blues Al Green vibe, and then Todd came from like a more rock vibe, and it was like the chemistry worked immediately.
I love it, man.
As soon as we started writing it, and it became, one of the fan favorites when I played it live in my band. As a matter of fact, I played it with them when I went out on tour with them, and then I just started playing it acoustic, man. And I was out there, and he was like, "Man, let's cut it acoustic." We never did it acoustic.
Right.
We always played it with a band,
Sure,
and
sure. Such a
We wrote several songs. We wrote that one. We wrote "Doing Too Much." Ended up on Times Have Changed record. I ended up playing on a couple of their records, and yeah, man, I just been for them. My brothers, man. You know, my
I
brother.
love it, man. I love it.
I can play it if you want me to.
I'm gonna do one more tune. We're gonna
Oh, you,
get back, and then we're gonna what we'll
I
do
want to
is
hit
I'll do
it.
one more. We're gonna talk a little bit, and then we'll have you end with two. Is that cool with you, man?
Whatever you want, kid.
All right, my bro. Everybody, this is Ronnie Baker Brooks. I am so thrilled to have him on the show. Oh my goodness. Where do I even go with all that? Let's see here. Hey. Hey. Hold on to this feeling, yeah, to the break of day. The fire burns all the pain away, yeah. My youth's down, I ain't got nothing to lose. I've laid down my soul, my heart is on the line. Yeah. Should've known better, still taking chances by myself and on that romance. Lessons learned, I say, yeah, in all I do. Lay down my soul, now my heart is on the line. Hey there, baby, it ain't easy this way. Ah, no. Ooh, stone in love with the hell to pay. Yeah. Well, yeah. The great unknown lies dead ahead. Oh, well, I wanna finally find it. When it's all said, yeah. I hate the baby, ain't easy this way. Stone in love, yeah, with hell to pay. Oh, then, yeah, I remember when the pride and passion, another man, yeah. Oh, ain't got nothing to lose, child. Lay down my soul, now my heart is on the line. I've laid down my soul, my heart is on the line. Lay down my soul, my heart is on the line. There we go, a little on the line. Let me get back to Ronnie Baker Brooks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I
Putting
hear
it
you.
down
I hear
there.
you, my brother. It sounded
Yeah,
good, man.
man. Thanks,
That's an
bro.
original.
Yes, it is. Yes, it
Okay.
is. Thanks, dude. Yeah, like I said, man, it's so funny how you get influenced by certain things and certain people, and like that one was absolutely inspired by you. Like I said, man, we used to jam that Gold Digger record like it was going out of style, bro. Like we would play that all the time back
How's
in the
Eric
day.
doing, man? Eric George, man.
I haven't heard from him in a grip, man. Last I heard, he's doing great.
You still
Uh,
in Nashville?
I think so.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know, man, but like I,
Yeah.
I love that guy, man.
Yeah, he was cool.
Good dude. Good
Yeah,
dude.
definitely.
Yeah.
We used to
Tell
hang
me
out
about
a lot. Go ahead.
What's that? What's that
No,
now?
I said back in the day, we used to hang out when I come down to Nashville.
Oh man, yeah, he's a good guy, man.
Yeah,
And that guy could write a song too. You
yeah,
know.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love that man. Yeah, I gotta reach out to him and hopefully he'll catch this. You know.
yeah, man.
Yeah, because this is also for those of you that don't know, this is on podcast as well. So once we're done here, this will be up available for you on all podcast platforms. So if you can't catch the live stream, then go check it out on your favorite podcast platform, and we're all good there. But yeah, hopefully he'll hear it, man. I'd love
Yeah.
to. I'd love to touch base with that guy because he's a good one, man. He's a good one for sure. Who are your influences aside from your daddy? Because like that's a big one, man. Because your daddy taught you a lot, like you said.
Yeah, he
But
did.
who do you feel inspired by?
Oh man, I Muddy Waters. I love some Muddy Waters, man. I just immediately gravitated to him as a kid. I mean, a young kid, man. And I used to just sit in the room trying to play that stuff all day. And, Muddy Waters, I would say, Buddy Guy. Uh, Buddy Guy was friends with my family before I was born.
Oh man,
His first wife and my mom were best friends. He used to babysit my sister while
no
they and hang out. Yeah,
way.
Buddy Guy and people like that. Junior Wells. I remember seeing Buddy and Junior together. Man, it was like a you was going to church or something. It was like whoa. It was people like that. I got to know Junior too, and Junior taught me a lot about the music, man, and how to deliver it and being yourself within the music. Not,
Sure.
not like we were talking about earlier, trying to force something or whatever. You got to be yourself. And he used to tell me, if you can't feel it, you can't make the people feel it. And that was
Wow.
huge. And I'm gonna tell you a quick story about Junior, man. We did this tour. I was playing with my dad. We was a part of the Alligator Anniversary Tour back in 1993, and this is when I met Jelly Bean, man. We came up to Minneapolis, and Bean came to the show, and we had like a week off, and Bean was down here in Chicago at the Kingston Mines because Albert Collins was there. And I heard that Albert Collins was down at the Kingston Mines. I was across the street at the place called Blues on Halsted. It's a street called Halsted here in Chicago on the north side. On one side of the street is called Blues. It's a nightclub called Blues. And across the street is called the Kingston Mines. So I'm down at Blues, man. They said, Albert Collins down at the Kingston Mines, listen to AC Reed. I flew down there, and as soon as I walk in the room, I see Jelly Bean, man. And Bean was like, Ronnie, I just saw you up in Minnesota, man, at the State Fair with BB King. Now, the tour was BB King, Buddy Guy, Eric Johnson, my dad, Coco Taylor, and Junior Wells. And
Ah,
I was
God.
in the band.
Wow.
And this was the best tour of my life, man. The best tour of my life I ever been on, man. I've been on some great tours. With that one, ooh, Lord have mercy. Uh, so I was the guitar player behind my dad, Coco Taylor, and Junior Wells. So we were riding on the same bus with Junior, man. And Junior never got into bunks or nothing. He just sit up all night, man. And in the mornings, you couldn't get two words out of Junior. But in the evening, after he had a shot of Tanqueray, he feeling good now. We having fun.
Right.
So
Right.
during the day, we traveling to a gig, man, and I started doing some Howlin' Wolf. I started doing some John Lee Hooker, and everybody, I had to been 20 something years old. I'm young. Everybody on the bus laughing, Coco laughing, and my dad like, yeah, that boy doing it. Everybody was having fun with it. I'm laughing like, yeah, because I wanted to feel, fit in. Junior was quiet like that. He didn't say nothing, just looking around. So later that night, he everybody went to sleep. He pulled me to the side. He said, "Come here, sit down." And we riding down the highway. He said, "Man, I heard you doing that John Lee Hooker and that Howlin' Wolf, and you did a really good job with it. But don't play with it." They was serious. It wasn't no joke. They dedicated their lives to that. It ain't no
Man,
joke. So don't. I said, "Should I quit doing it?" He said, "No, do it. But when you do it, don't do it for a laugh. Do it for
for
you
real,
know spirit through them or dedication to them." And it changed my life, Ken.
man.
changed my life, man, because I was having fun with,
Hmm.
imitating people. And when I did that, when he did that to me and told me that, man, it just made me think about it totally different, man. And I still do it today. And I think about Junior. I thank Junior for correcting me, man. And we on that tour, man. I mean, we hit every city. We did about 50 something dates across the country, man. And we did Minneapolis. And Bean came to the show. And I didn't meet Bean at the show, but I met him at the Kingston Mines, man. And we connected. And we had like a week off, and we were coming up there to play the Mint up there.
Oh yeah,
The Mint, yeah. We were coming up there to play the Mint. And Bean called him. He came down, man. He sat in with us, man. And we became like that, man.
yeah.
Like
He
tight, man.
he's that guy, man. He's just got
Yeah,
that
man.
personality. He's,
He
you know,
he he helped me tremendously in the early part of my career, man, and I love that brother. I never forget what he done for me, man. And I had a big time producer pull out on me. I had Gold Digger, everything scheduled to do Gold Digger, and the producer pulled out on me, and I just called Bean the vent. Like, man, this dude just pulled out on me, man. He not even answering my calls. We 2 weeks away, a week away, man. And he said, "Babe, bro, get me a ticket to Memphis. I'll do it." I was shocked. I was like, "Really?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Cool, man." And it gave me another confidence in songwriting because this big time producer, I probably being that young, probably tried to do what he liked instead of doing what I like,
right.
and he kind of fixed it. That's what Bean did. He allowed me to do what I want to do, and he kind of like, "Yeah, I think you need to just straighten this up or go this way with it." And it just gave me a whole nother level of confidence in songwriting. And I'm just honored to call him my brother, man.
Yeah, man.
Jelly Bean John.
I'll tell you right now. I mean, we had him on the show a few weeks back, and he was kind of giving us his history about
Yeah,
where he came from, how he came from, and where he ended up, man. And just his love of blues was amazing. But what a lot of people don't get, and I can tell everybody this, the guy's a legend here, in especially in Minneapolis, man. I mean, the
hmm
time, you know, doing the work with Janet Jackson,
the
and
family.
just that record alone changed my life, man.
Yeah,
That was my favorite Prince offshoot by far, man.
yeah,
Like that record. I mean, St. Paul is another guy that is like he's my big bro, man, and
yeah,
I love him. The thing about Bean, his stature and everything else, as like out here, he is a legend. This guy supports live music more than anybody I've ever seen in my life. He is out every night supporting everybody, multiple venues, man.
yeah,
Just because it's not a status thing to him, and it's not like
yeah.
he's genuinely into the music, into preserving and helping the scene as best as he can.
Amen. Yeah.
That's an amazing thing, man. And it's
I
like I
witnessed that.
wish people would take a look at that. A
I,
guy that doesn't have to do this,
he
he
doesn't.
does it because he
I
loves it.
witnessed that many nights, man, with Jelly Bean. I had the honor to have him come out on the road with me, do some tours with me, man, and he would be loaded up the bus. I'm like, B, you don't have to do that. No, baby, bro, you doing it. I said, Ben, go and get in the bus. No, man. And we had an incident down in Nashville, man. We was
Oh,
playing this club, and it was right next door to this country club
uh huh.
on Prentice Road, Bourbon Street in
Yeah, yeah,
Nashville.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We playing there. I had Bean, man. Them people was freaking out. That's Jelly Bean. So we do the gig, man. Everybody's feeling good. It was a good gig, man. We loading up the bus, and I run in to change my shirt. And some white guy came and grabbed the mirror on the bus and just pushed it and like tried to break it. And I had Gold Digger on the top of the bus. That was the name of the bus, Gold Digger, the name after my song.
Right, right.
And he said Gold N-word.
Oh, hell no.
And no, I'm not lying to you, man. I'm not lying to you. Being Axe Jelly Bean. So being them loading, they were in and out. So what they didn't see it. They were inside the club, and I was in the bus with the driver. My driver jumped out, man, and he was ready to fight. And I was like, no, 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 I'm trying to break it up. And those guys was ready to fight because they thought it was just me and him. When they saw Jelly Bean come out there,
Yeah, man.
it was like, oh, we sorry, we sorry. And then police came, man, and they backed up, man. Bean was helping loading the bus. He would be up on stage, man. He was just, I was so honored to have him out there on the road with me, man. When the bus broke down, he would be riding in a U-Haul with me, man. And
God,
he just brought it every night. And he does that up there. He does that down here in Chicago.
man.
We go hang out all over, man, see some of everybody, man. I mean, even the hole in the walls.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
We go
Yep.
hang out, man. And I got a place over here called Odyssey East, man. We go hang out down there. He loves it, man, because it's more R&B ish blues, soul blues, whatever. He loves it, man. But that's my brother, man. Like I said, I owe him a lot, man. I'm so happy he finally got his record done.
Right. Right.
Get experience, man. Because we've been, me and Pop and Chan's been talking about it. Man, you need to do your own record, man. Even Terry and Jimmy was telling him to do his own record. Nah. I said, man, you could do it, man. All the people you know, you could do it.
Yeah.
And he finally done it, man. I'm so proud to be a part of it.
Yeah, man.
I'm playing on it, and Bean's the truth, man. He's a real deal brother, man. He loves the music. He loves blues, rock, everything. And he you go to his house, kid, he got what, 100 and some guitars?
Yeah, we're probably just, and that's like, we're probably like light on that, man. We're like, he says 100 and some, hey, he has another couple hundred stashed somewhere, that guy.
and people know him, like, especially on the blues side. They know him now, but when he first come on the road with me, they knew him from a drummer. They used to get him and Jesse Johnson confused.
Right, man, right?
Yeah.
And that's the other thing, man. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
now he's starting to play guitar a little bit, with the time, and they're getting Morris up to go and hit, And there's Bean
yeah.
with the guitar, and it's just like, dude, there you go. And people are freaking because they didn't know that Morris could hit, and they didn't know that Bean could play guitar. And he's a bad boy, man.
He
that
is.
guy, that guy's all emotion, and that's what I love about Jelly Bean, man. That guy
And
plays just from there all the time.
He got two personalities. That's probably why he called you Evil Twig, because he got attitude the way he played the drums.
Mm-hmm.
He's a different Jelly Bean, and when he plays guitar, it's a different Jelly Bean. It's weird. And then he plays the drums left-handed and plays the guitar right-handed.
Yep. And here's the funny thing: guess who does the same thing?
You?
I do. Yep. I'm not a great drummer, man. I'm not a great drummer, but when I hit left-handed, man. So that's a trip, man. Let's get into another tune. We'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll call it an evening, man.
Okay, man. Speaking of Jelly Bean, I wrote this song for him, man. That's on his new record, Get Experience.
All right, man.
And we did it funky on his record,
Of course.
with the great Tracy Blake, Chance Howard, and Michael Bland. Shout out to them up there. My brother Sonny Thompson, all them up there.
Oh man, yeah,
man.
You're making me want to get super stupid funky, man. Everybody, this is Ronnie Baker Brooks. Check it out.
Yeah, we did it funky, and shout out to Tom Washington, put the horns on it. Tom Washington put the horns on this, but I'm gonna strip it down for you, Ken. This one is called "Put Some Jelly on It." Goes like this. Yeah. Go like this. It's my duty to make you shake and booty, 'cause I'm putting in work, yeah, to make your body work. Now move. Shake some. Now move. Shake some. Put some jelly on it. you can bet. Yeah, I'm gonna make you sweat. Me too. Now move, shake some. Now move, shake some. Put some jelly on it. Uh-oh. Yeah. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Woo, woo. Hey, hey, hey. Woo, woo. Put some jelly on it. Baby, shake, baby, shake. Move, baby, move. Put some jelly on it for me. It's the master plan, yeah, to make you get up and dance, girl. I know you can feel it, yeah. Pop, 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 pop and drop and roll with it. Now move, shake some. Now move, shake some. Put some jelly on it. Yeah, move, baby, move. Shake, baby, shake. Move, baby, move. Shake, baby, shake. Put some jelly on it. I feel good, like I knew I would. Feel good, like I knew I would. How, 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 how. Hey, hey, whoa, 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 whoa. Put some jelly on it for me. I'm gonna make it rain, baby. You took away my pain.
Oh, love that version, man. Goodness. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, dude. That's so good, man. I love that. I love that. All right, man. So we're getting to this point of the show. It's almost go home time. But
Okay,
I'll tell you what, we've been doing this on the show lately. Got two new questions that we always throw out to everybody. And
okay,
the questions are this. And obviously, you've been on the road considerably.
okay.
What are your favorite places to eat at on the road, man? Like,
Ooh,
what's your like favorite restaurants, like wherever?
I like Chipotle.
You're a Chipotle guy.
I like Chipotle, man. Wow, you know, when I was younger, man, I love McDonald's. When I got older, I can't eat that much no more.
Right, right.
When I was in my dad's band, I was just roadieing back then. I had been like 14, something like that. Man, I could see a McDonald's 2 miles down the highway, man. They couldn't believe it. Like, it is one. And my dad's drummer, he bought me two Big Macs. He couldn't believe I could eat two Big Macs back then. And I ate them. He could not believe that, man. I was much younger, but I like Chipotle. I try to eat a little more healthier now, man, you know. But Chipotle is, you know, probably what I like the best, I guess.
Are there any like roadside haunts that you like to visit whenever you're, somewhere Like for example, like if I'm in Austin, I got to go to Chewy's. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Places like that, or like, you know,
I really don't, to be honest, Ken. I just
that's
go
awesome.
wherever is good, man. I've been fortunate to be across the world, and I had some great food over in Spain, man. And
Oh yeah,
I got introduced to paella, seafood paella. Man, it was delicious, man. And they picked the food right off the ocean,
I love that.
right off the ocean, and cooked it for you, man. I'm like, whoa. But yeah, man. I mean, I try to. I'm trying to eat better now. I'm older. You know what I mean? I can't do like I used to, of course.
I feel
And
you.
I got my wife, that's my favorite cooking food, rather. My wife, man, to spoil me, man. It's like she cooks so great. It's
Right,
hard to
right.
put anything above that.
Oh man, no, I feel you. And the other thing that we ask, man, if people want to know Ronnie Baker Brooks, right?
Mhm.
What are the top three like essential? You if you want to know Ronnie Baker Brooks, you listen to these three records, not your own,
Oh,
but
not
like
great.
not your own, but this is essential listening. This is who you are. This is Ronnie Baker Brooks. I listen to this, this, and this. This is what it is.
The Healer by John Lee Hooker
Man, yes.
with Carlos Santana.
That's a great one, man. Yes.
Band of Gypsies, Who Knows, Jimi Hendrix. And then, Ken, got so many, man. Freddie
Right.
King, that Burglar album is killer. That's my go-to album. It's Albert Collins, Ice Picking. Love that album. I'm gonna give you a couple more. Don't get
That's
mad.
fine. No, no. Bring it.
It's BB King live in Africa.
Wow.
It's a
Okay.
video of him. He was over there to be the entertainment for the Ali fight,
Okay.
and man, I don't know what it was about BB this night. He was on fire, like extra fire to me.
Uh-huh.
He did Sweet 16 in there, man. And man, it was so intense, man. That's my goal. I used to play that song before I play my live shows because he started off so sweet, you know. He started off real nice and sweet. Woo! And man, it just escalates to this man, to this powerful dynamic at ending, man. And Ali had to get up and just was screaming and hollering. He was playing in front of like probably 50,000 Africans, man.
Right.
I guess he felt like I meant to ask him before he passed away, what was you thinking about when you played that night?
God,
He
man.
felt at home, the motherland. He playing the blues to black people, and they responding.
Oh, wow, man.
He had the Crusaders playing behind him,
Oh, yeah.
and that is one of my favorites of all time. That video, I got it on my phone, bro.
Man, I'm going to go check that out once we're done. But,
Yeah.
bro, can you do one more for us and we'll call it an evening? All right, man. Everybody, this is Ronnie Baker Brooks. I'm so happy to have him on here. Wow. Wow.
Thanks
Wow.
for having me, man. We
Yeah,
talked
man.
about Todd, man, and we talked
You,
about. I did that one for Jelly Bean. I'm gonna do one I wrote with Todd. You probably talked about earlier. All True Man.
you got it, man. Ronnie Baker Brooks, everybody.
Come here, girl. What's your name? Cause you're so fine. Tell me, what's your game? You heard it before, but not from me. I'm the all true man that you need. But I ain't saying that I am Mr. Right. I'll take care of you, girl. Morning, noon, late at night. All true man, all true man. I ain't the kind to show my cards. I'm laying them down, cause you're queen of hearts. Give me a chance, I'll you how that I'm the all true man that you need right now. But I ain't saying that I am Mr. Wrong. Love you in the morning, love you all night long. All true man, all true man. I don't know, little girl, who you are. You caught my eye like a flashing star. Just tell me, girl, what you need. I don't make promises, I make guarantees, y'all. Yeah. I love your smile, I love your vibe. Can I taste your honey in your eyes? But I ain't saying that I am Mr. Right. I'll take care of you, girl. Morning, noon, late at night. All true man, 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 all true man. Yeah. All true man.
Ronnie Baker Brooks, everybody. Man. Yeah, boy. Ah, I love it. I love it. Dude, thank you so much for hanging with me, man. I appreciate it. And
Thank you for having me, Ken. And thanks for
indeed,
all you do
man.
with this music, man. And keeping it going, brother. We
I'm
all
doing
soldiers in this, man.
indeed, man. It's been tough not being out playing, but this is nice, man. And it's always good to chat with you. And it's always good to hear you play, man. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we all can come back together real soon. Hopefully this will all be over and we get to make some more noise, man.
That's right.
Indeed. I love this guy. Where can people find you, man?
RonnieBakerBrooks.com. My website is being reconstructed right now. Excuse me. Every Friday, 8 p.m. Central Time, Facebook Live. I play for free, just like this, acoustic.
I love it, man. I love it.
So
So
right
y'all
now,
got it.
that's it, man. Until we get back out there on the road, this is what I'm gonna be doing.
Indeed, man. Indeed. Brother, thank you so very much. Everybody, we'll talk to you guys real soon. Much love to y'all. And again, thank you very much. Ronnie Baker
Thank you.
Brooks.